Hello everyone, and thanks for stopping by to Scrap and Craft with Terry. Today I thought I'd jump on and just make a fun little Valentine's project. Haven't made anything for Valentine's Day. And this would be nice if you needed a backup gift or something like that, just to hand out to someone, or just a fun little project. And it's going to be a pocket and like just note paper, stationery, whatever you want to call it. I went ahead and stamped, I stamped this. I stamped my backgrounds. I'm not real good at stamping stuff on camera. And I inked everything. All of these little things here, I fussy cut out of a paper that it was just this stuff all over the paper. And, some people might not want to sit and fussy cut all that stuff, but sometimes I just like to sit when I'm watching TV and cut stuff out. And, if you don't have something that's decorated real fancy and you just have your papers to go with, but then you have something that you can cut out and put on it, well, that's a good idea too. And, it's all homemade, and sometimes it's the thought that counts. Now, I just used this, my script stamp, and then I just did like a really light pink. It's just called soft pink, and I just lightly stamped over the back and the inside of the paper. And then I inked around the edges of these and did my note stamp in red. So my fingers was all nice and red and pretty and everything. So let me see. The pocket that I cut, these are approximates. It was like 8 inches wide, 6 inches high. And my paper that went inside was approximate 7.5 inches by 4 3/4. So it'll just slide in there. And then before I glue everything together, I'm going to go ahead and do, I have to look and see where all this stuff goes now. I'm going to go ahead and glue all of this stuff on my cover. Some of it goes on the outside, some of it goes on the inside. So I'm going to just sit here and I'm going to look at everything and see where it all goes, because I'm just a smarty. I have it all on film. Well, I actually just have a picture of it, but I wouldn't know where all this stuff went again if I didn't look. Oh, and then also I have to grab one more thing. Hang on. Okay, I'm back. I had to grab my my little hole protectors for the top of it. So let's see. That's going to go somewhere like that. Now this, no, it's not either. This project is going to go down here. Is like all of my little scraps even that was left over. And sometimes you'll get an image that it's stamped on the page, but then it like runs off of the page. And that's what these little pieces here was. And I thought that was just, no sense throwing them away. That was good enough to use. So I'll just take a minute, place all these on here where I'm pretty sure they go. And then I can just start gluing them all down. If I don't have something to look at, I can't remember where I put stuff. Let's see, I put one over here. Stick that there. Oh, well, you know what? I'm just going to stick that one there and be done with it. And then we can stick this little heart down here. And that's going to be our front. I had fun figuring this all out. I didn't have a pattern for this tag, so I just sat down and drew it out on the paper that has squares. Graph paper. I like to doodle and do stuff like that. I think it's interesting. Sometimes it doesn't always turn out right, but it's fun trying. So is everybody getting geared up for Valentine's Day? Sometimes when I'm sitting here doing this and I'm concentrating on what I'm doing, it just sounds awful quiet in here. And sometimes it's like I'm waiting for somebody to answer me back. Which I guess that's not going to happen. What about you guys? What's your thoughts when you're just sitting all by yourself and videotaping? And sometimes you can think of 100 things to say, and other times it's like your brain dead. Cutting all these little pieces out was fun, and it really didn't take that long of a time. But see, these here, it's like, you know, the design stopped there at the edge of the paper. It was just made to look like it would keep going and going and going. So when you have, you know, when you're trying to decorate a page or something, don't always throw away your little cutoffs, because you can use them to decorate your page and make it look like it was meant to be like that. I think it makes it look pretty cool. I think this is the last one. Yep. Now inside, I went ahead, don't ask me why I inked the inside, but I didn't really need to. But I inked here with this being cut out, so it kind of flowed. So I think before I glue this shut, I want to go ahead and do my punch. Yeah. And I think when I do these, I'm just going to ink them with my red. I'll just ink 2 of them. See, I have a purple one left over from another project. I think you can see what I'm doing. And we'll just go ahead and stick this, but I'm going to put a little glue on because these things are like older than the hills. So whenever you can do like these paper reinforcers, you can always use them. You can just color them with your ink to match all of the rest of your colors that you're doing. Or, hang on just a second. Okay. You can either put your reinforcement things in, or you can use your metal eyelets, or, you know, or you don't have to put anything on them. I like to do it because it matches, and then sometimes it'll help from like your ribbon tearing it out or something like that. So I'm just going to glue, well, let me see, I'm just going to, I think, glue to this corner. Yeah, I'm just going to glue to this corner and just barely up this side. I hope I don't have to trim my paper. I already trimmed it once. I might have to trim it again. So let's see. So I'm not going to put, I'm not going to put a lot of glue on it. And I'm going to try to stay out by the edge. Now my bottom there looks a little ragged, but I just tore the paper. And I thought it made it look good. Now I'll just come right there, just to close that bottom edge. And I'll test my paper before I decorate it, so if I have to trim it. Yes, I'm going to have to trim it. So I'll trim it off of the bottom. Just trim it right around in there. So sometimes once you get stuff glued down, doesn't always fit, so you just trim it off. There we go. So now I'll say to that, this is well, I must have measured it wrong before because it's 4 3/4 now. Maybe I thought I recut it and I didn't. That's always possible too. Then on the inside of the paper, I only lightly stamped in there also because you'll still be able to write in it, and it'll just be a light background and your writing will show up. All right, now on here for my tab, this is what I'm going to do. I cut out 2 of the matching envelopes, and I think I want it in the center. I don't think I want it at the top. And I'm just going to glue each one. Well, I think I'll glue them together down so far, and then I'll glue them onto the paper. But I'm going to have these as my tab, and I'm going to put it on the first page. And I just thought that made such a cute tab. So that's what we're going with. Just make sure I don't put them on upside down. And that looks good. So now I'll just put a little, let me see. Just do a little glue there, and a little glue there. Hopefully I can get it on before it sticks together. And just about like that. Hopefully that's centered. Well, no, it's not, because this is down farther. Let's see if I can take it off and move it. No, I can't. So we'll just go with that. So anyways, that's cute. And it's a little cockeyed. All right, so let's do our paper now. We have an envelope for the front with a heart, and it'll still leave room to write. And these little things that's going on here, they can be made into a tuck where you would just like do the bottom. But I'm just going to glue them down. Okay, so that's the front. I wish that would have went on straighter. That's going to bother me now. Now it looks straighter, but I don't want to tear my paper, so I better quit messing with it. And then on the inside, I have the little envelopes with the hearts shooting out, and when I inked around these, my red ink kind of overtook my hearts, so I just highlighted them. I have the little hearts in the corners. Once you get everything all cut out, you know, if you fussy cut your stuff out, once you get everything cut out, it goes down fast. And if you prefer to, you know, buy kits or whatever that everything is already cut out and stamped, that's okay too. Now this is for the back, and I'm going to put it, because this was on this side, so I'm going to put this against the spine. I thought this paper that I used was really, really pretty. No, I meant this goes over here. And there's our paper. So it would go in here. See, if this went up farther, this would be in the center, but it doesn't. So we just pull out our paper, and if you was given it as a gift, you could add a little note for them. And they can write whatever in here, what happened on Valentine's Day, all that good stuff. And now I don't have heart ribbon, but I have some red ribbon with white dots. It's really kind of bright. And I think it'll go all right. So I'm just going to cut some and put through there. So what did everybody think of my project today? And the background, I forgot to say, is just coffee dyed paper. Now, if you don't want to use coffee dyed paper, you can use lighter colored papers. You can use white paper, whatever you choose. This is not cooperating. There we go. Just got to do one at a time. It's a Grow Green ribbon, so it's kind of heavy. I might have to get a narrower ribbon. Either that, or I'll just have to staple it on there. Well, you know what? Well, I don't really want to staple it on because it'll cover up my hole. Hang on a second. Okay, so we'll just do some plain red ribbon. Maybe I'm not supposed to be putting this ribbon in here anyway. Something that's supposed to take 2 seconds, going to take 5 minutes. There we go. It's just for the size of the pocket, the ribbon is kind of narrow, but That's what we're going to go with right now. So what did you think of it? Let me know down in the comments. If you like my video, give me a thumbs up. Stop by my other videos and see what I'm doing there. So till next time, everyone have a nice day and happy crafting. Bye for now.